Hello everyone, it's me, Max. You remember when Ducko did the first stream of Consciousness, where it was him thinking of a bunch of random characters off the top of his head and putting them in a fight? And then I copied him to make my own? Well, I'm doing it again. Ducko did a shuffle tournament where he asked people on Twitter for a bunch of random characters and shuffle them together for a fight. And I thought it was fun, and I'm like, well, I could do it. I bet I could. And so here we are. I was on Twitter. I made a post. I asked you guys to give me some characters. A good amount of you did. There's a good amount of characters here. A few of them I don't know, but others were some basic characters that of course I would know. So with that, I ended up with 22 characters, and I decided to just implant 2 characters of my own, which leads us to 24 characters. Which is, you know, it's probably not going to work for a bracket in the end, because you got to have like 16 or 32, but I don't know if 24, something's going to happen. But we'll worry about that in the future. That's Future Max's fucking problem. So just to get this out of the way, none of this is accurate. I'm just going to be going off random bullshit, or how I feel about the characters and what would happen if they met, I guess. I don't know, just don't take it too seriously. And if you're not careful, you just might learn something. Alright, our first match, we've got Sora from Kingdom Hearts, which was given to us by Brandon, versus Suction Cup Man from Butter Samurai. Thanks, Butter. Very good. Good pick. You guys know Sora. He hangs around with Disney characters and fucking closes keyholes with the Keyblade. I have played the first game all the way and played some of the second game, and I still cannot give you... I don't know if I can really describe the plot. It's fucking weird. But Sora is quite the fighter. He's got the Keyblade. He wields it, uses all kinds of elemental powers. He's a strong foe. Suction Cup Man climbs buildings like an asshole and yells at people. As far as I know, that's all I saw. He apparently went to hell one time and climbed out of that. I guess that would make it pretty hard to kill him, don't you think? I mean, if Sora cut his damn head off, he'd go to hell and have to climb his way back out. But you know, here's the thing. I think even if Suction Cup Man has that kind of immortality, Sora's just gonna keep killing him at every chance. Suction Cup Man doesn't even have like a sharp object. They're just little suction cups. Is he gonna fucking put it on Sora's face to suffocate him? I don't think he'd let that happen. Donald Duck and Goofy would come along and save him. Or you know, he would just cast thunder, summon fucking Simba to roar at him, summon the genie to go. Yeah, okay, it's clearly Sora. It's clearly Sora. Okay, now we've got Wile E. Coyote from Looney Tunes, brought to us by Blue Gatito. Okay. Versus Ash Williams from the Evil Dead franchise, brought to us by Kyle Young. Okay, well, with Ash here, now my favorite character ever is in this. I'll try to be fair with him. I gotta be fair, I can't just let him win the whole thing because I like him. But in this instance, well, let's explain the characters. Wile E. Coyote is a coyote. He's often after this Roadrunner, trying to kill and eat this Roadrunner because he's hungry. Makes sense. He uses all kinds of Acme gadgets. They always fail. At every turn, even if the Roadrunner does nothing, it will fail and fuck him up. Meanwhile, Ash Williams is a slayer of evil. After the Deadites killed all of his loved ones and left him as the sole survivor, he took it upon himself to destroy evil and make sure that they don't conquer the world. And in this instance, while Ash himself can be incompetent at times too, he's always known for being good in a fight. He is very good at beating the shit out of people. Wile E. Coyote always fails. He's never won. Even like Daffy Duck or Elmer Fudd have managed to score a victory. I have never seen the Coyote catch and eat that Roadrunner. And like, if he had a thing, if he wanted to kill Ash, he wanted to eat Ash. I don't know why. He would probably just get some big, stupid Acme trap, like a giant rock, and Ash is just sitting there, I guess, at a dinner table, doesn't even know the coyote's there. And the rock would be about to destroy the entire restaurant, and then it would just come back around and smash Wily instead, and Ash wouldn't even know what was happening. And if Ash does figure out the coyote's after him, he could stab his soul out with the Kandarian dagger, and that'll be it. And the soulless husk of Wile E. Coyote will just fucking plop on the floor. Yeah, it's Ash. It's gotta be Ash. I swear it's not just me loving Ash. I don't think Coyote can win anything. At least if we're looking at a story context, he is not supposed to win. I'm sure of stats or whatever, you can fucking make him win shit. But he's never supposed to win. Okay, what are we dealing with here? We got Black Frost from Shin Megami Tensei or Persona games. I've seen him in Persona. This is brought to us by Call Me Kodo versus Chongyun from Genshin Impact, brought to us by Biffweed. Okay, so Black Frost, I've seen him in the Persona games, like Persona 4 and 5. I've played those, and like I've seen like a variant of this before, like Jack Frost, but I don't think I ever even used them. Okay, but look, okay, clearly Ice Power is on the table. If it's like just a variation of that guy, yeah, I mean it's just Ice Power. I have to assume weak to fire damage. That's pretty good. What does Chongyun have? Alright, so Chongyun is an exorcist. It looks like he's got like ice powers. Well, okay, so he doesn't have the specific weakness of Black Frost, but I'm gonna assume, like, he would also have some resilience to ice if he's using it all the time. So it's kind of a match of ice. But, you know, it also appears that Chongyun is an exorcist. And it looks to me, I don't know about you guys, but this evil Black Frost looks as if it was a normal Jack Frost possessed by a foul spirit. So if Chongyun just takes out like a cross and goes, "The power of Christ compels you," then like Black Frost start fucking pulsating on the ground, like just fucking freaking out, and then an evil spirit will be blasted out of him, and it'll just be a normal Jack Frost. And I mean at that point Jack Frost won't want to fight Chongyun, and Chongyun will fucking kill him for it. He lost all of his edge. That killer's edge is gone, and now Jack Frost is just an innocent young lad. And Chongyun's out for blood. This one's going to Chongyun. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like anyone who doesn't think Chongyun wins is kind of a dumbass. Alright, let's move on. Okay, now we've got Monokuma from Danganronpa, brought to us by Nova Revenant. Then we've got Daffy Duck from Looney Tunes, brought to us by Lucari Boy. Okay, so Monokuma is the sort of just the avatar for Junko in the first game. She's using a Monokuma robot, a bunch of Monokuma robots to control and taunt the other characters in the game as they well, and if you don't know the scenario, it's Danganronpa. It's just a bunch of kids trapped in a school together. They have to kill each other to get out. But if you get away with the murder, you're scot-free. But they always have a trial, and if you get caught, you get fucking executed. And yeah, Monokuma's just sort of the host for that, and he's got some weird powers. He's a bit of a fighter. Then we've got Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck is a cartoon character from Looney Tunes, as we all know. He's always got, he's always like, greedy. He's out for money. He likes to jump around laughing. He likes to fuck with people, like Porky Pig specifically. But when it comes to people like Bugs Bunny, they can easily get the better of him and make him look like a fucking idiot. I just had Wile E. Coyote lose to Ash because Wile's incompetent and always loses. Would it be fair to do that with Daffy then? Because he also always loses. Well, not always, but like even when he's got the upper hand against Porky Pig, I've seen Porky Pig win in those shorts. Like, I remember one specifically, Daffy was about to fucking kill Porky Pig, and he had him ask all these weird questions. But then by the end of the short, Porky Pig has Daffy tied up to one of those death traps, and Daffy's about to fucking die. So even the people that Daffy fucks with eventually get the better of him. And I know that there are some times where Daffy does win, like he became the animator against Bugs, but like that happened once in the cartoons and once in a video game. And in the video game, Bugs still came out and beat the shit out of him. I mean, even if Daffy kills a Monokuma, another one's bound to pop up. And I don't think Daffy's smart enough to fucking solve any murder mysteries or get away with a murder. Daffy's gonna try to murder someone and get caught. Daffy Duck will be publicly executed in front of a classroom of his peers. Yeah, okay. It's punishment time for Daffy. He's getting some ironic fate for himself. Monokuma continues forth. Mother! What do we got here? Obito from, I'm assuming, Naruto. This was brought to us by Geo789. Versus the Tribal Chief, otherwise known as Roman Reigns from WWE. Brought to us by Flaming Kitty. Okay, so, Obito over here is wearing this orange mask with a little eye hole. But then look at him, he's got kind of a scarred face otherwise. I would assume he's got some of the ninja chakra magic similar to Naruto. Alright, so he's probably got a lot of the same ninja magic. Like, he could probably clone himself. Could probably shoot, it's probably not a Rasengan, but it's probably like he's got his own little similar energy ball or something. I bet he's got that. So yeah, now, fucking energy ball spewing ninja guy who wears a mask because he's got kind of a fucked up face. The Roman Reigns is a wrestler. He's looks to be a WWE wrestler, and he goes by the Tribal Chief. I don't watch a lot of wrestling. I'm interested in it. Macho Man Randy Savage seems cool. But I don't fucking know this guy. I'm assuming he's a fairly good wrestler. He looks pretty ripped. More ripped than fucking Obito over here. He looks like kind of a scrawny guy who needs to eat a little more. But, so here's what I'm thinking. If Roman gets in close, Obito's gonna get fucking demolished. He's not gonna know what hit him. He's gonna, like, Tribal Chief over here is gonna snap his back on his knee if he gets in close. But Obito, if he keeps it at a distance, he'll start shooting fucking little ninja energy beams and shoryukens and all kinds of weird ninja shit. And you know, he is a ninja. He is straight up a fucking ninja. They're built for stealth. If he wants to keep a distance, he knows, like, he's looking like a smart guy to me. If he knows to keep at a distance and just keep throwing ninja stars at Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, well, I just think he might be able to pull it off. I think our boy Obito Uchiha, is that like Sasuke's brother? Is that what that is? I think that's Sasuke's last name, so yeah, okay. He's even the brother of Sasuke. So come on, he's gotta know. I bet Sasuke taught him a couple 1-2 moves, a little bit of that ninja skill. There's no way Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, is gonna stand even a fucking chance against Obito. I know I made it seem fair earlier, but now I'm pretty certain in Obito. This is Obito country, motherfucker. Okay, now we've got Mike Hagar, which is brought to us by Moonray, versus Gore the God Butcher, brought to us by Holden Melville. Well, Mike Hagar, he's a fucking built wrestler? Yeah, I think he might have been a wrestler, but I hear he's like a good guy. Like he becomes like the mayor or something. He goes around like the city, beats the shit out of gangs, like bad people, like using a pipe, beats the fucking shit out of them, and then just I guess he's cleaning up the streets. Which, you know, I would personally find other ways to go about that. If I was the mayor, I would probably get the police on this one and not just go in there beating the shit out of them. But you know what? That just shows true passion from Mike Haggar. He really wants to fucking take a bite out of Klein so bad that he's gonna just beat that shit out of him. He doesn't want to kill him. He doesn't want his guns. He's not that violent. That might bite him in the ass later, though, showing that he's unwilling to kill. But who's his opponent? Gorr the God Butcher, who I know of recently because he's Christian Bale in the new Thor movie, and he looks ridiculous. I love it. I love that it's Christian Bale. It's the evolution. He started as Batman, then he transferred to the evil side to become Patrick Bateman, and now is officially a God Butcher. Now look, this name, the God Butcher, implies some incredible, amazing strength. He literally butchers gods. That appears to be the deal. And I assume he's going to rival Thor in the upcoming movie. And he just probably has met Thor in the comics. Well, what the fuck is Mike Haggar gonna do to a God Butcher? I already told you that he's clearly unwilling to kill. But like, Mike Haggar is just, well, I'll give him this. He looks physically more built than skinny ass Gorr the God Butcher. You know, maybe the only reason Gorr is butchering all them gods is because of that wicked sword of his. But what if Mike Haggar really knocked that sword out of his hands? What would he do then? Oh, come on, this is Gorr the God Butcher we're talking about here. He's not gonna let Mike Haggar knock his fabled sword out of his hand. It's impossible. This guy has fought gods. Mike Haggar fights just thugs on the street. This is a whole different playing field, baby. You're dealing with a whole other playing field of God Butchers. This is gonna have to go to Gorr the God Butcher in my book, in my bro opinion, because he's just got it. I mean, sure, that sword is clearly the source of his powers, but the second Mike Haggar gets in close, Gorr's gonna stab him with that sword. It's gonna be over. There's no way to survive this. It's Gorr the God Butcher time. Alright, now we've got Philia from Skullgirls, brought to us by Vocal, versus MacGyver from MacGyver, brought to us by, of course, Ducko. Well, let's just get over this. Philia is a nice girl who just so happens to have a parasitic demon attached to her hair. And he shapeshifts into all kinds of wacky shit to fight off enemies. And she is more reluctant to fight, but I mean, she's willing. She's willing to go along. It's kind of like that guy Samson. Samson is the hair. He's kind of reminds me of Venom, specifically from the movies, where he's kind of like chill with the person he's attached to and wants to protect them. Yeah, Samson's always around. He wants to protect Philia. He doesn't want her to be in danger, and he can always turn into weird, parasitic shit to stop bad things from happening. MacGyver is like, I know him for being able to get out of traps by building weird, like, he'll find like a fucking tube of toothpaste, some wires, and like a battery, and creating a fucking explosive or something. I don't know. MacGyver can create a lot with very little. But I've never seen him fight. I don't know if he has a gun. And look, I like MacGyver. He's clever. He can get out of all kinds of hairy situations. But in this, just straight up a fucking fight with a parasite, and like, these Philia and Samson actually fight. That's important. This is gonna kick this dude's ass. Like, MacGyver, this is not a trap he's been in. If he was like fighting John Kramer from Saw, I could see him weaseling his way out of it. But this is just a fight. He can't get out of this. MacGyver's just gonna die. I'm sorry, Ducko. I'm sorry. This is it for MacGyver. This next one, the Duck Hunt Trio, so like including the guy with the gun, from brought to us by Awesome Ice Climber Facts. Just Ice Climber Facts? Is that what you're dedicated to? Okay. Versus Yoshi from Mario, which is brought to us by Roach Suspicious, or merely A Strange Simple Man, which is the name they're going by right now. Okay. Duck Hunt Trio, basically there's a dog, a bird, and the guy with the gun. The dog is an annoying dog who laughs at you if you fail. But well, if you shoot a bird down, he triumphantly holds it. It's like, you did it, buddy. I'm your friend, the Duck Hunt dog. And I mean, like, the birds, they surely don't like getting shot, but one of them apparently likes the dog. I don't get it. And I guess the fucking gun guy is just beyond the fourth wall with a fucking gun. It's you, the audience. Okay, alright, well, we're dealing with Yoshi here, who is, he's from Mario. He's Mario's trusty Yoshi. Yoshi rides on him to get all around, and, like, sometimes Mario sacrifices Yoshi to get a good jump in. But, Yoshi, he eats people, shits them out as eggs, and throws the eggs at enemies. That's how he fights. In this instance, I have no issue believing that Yoshi, a dinosaur, could eat both the bird and the fucking dog. But how is he gonna get to the man? That dude is beyond the fourth wall. How do you get him? It's like, I think he's just gonna shoot Yoshi once Yoshi's killed the Duck Hunt dog and bird. I think he's just gonna shoot Yoshi down. Yoshi can't fight back. Yoshi has no way to fight back. There's nothing he can do. So, I'm not going to say the Duck Hunt trio wins, because I'm pretty sure in this interaction, the dog and bird will die to Yoshi's might. But we're left with just a man who is the player. An average NES fucking Nintendo player who's outside of the fourth wall and has a gun. How anyone's going to defeat him, I guess we'll have to see if I can come up with some bullshit reason for him to be defeated. But for now, that man goes on. Alright, next we've got Garfield, which is brought to us by Adam, versus one of my characters, Molly McGee from The Ghost and Molly McGee. But first, talk about Garfield. Garfield is a fat, lazy cat who moseys around and says sarcastic shit to John all day. He loves eating lasagna. He hates Mondays, even though he doesn't go to school or have a job. So I don't know why he hates Mondays. But he's a funny fucking cat. He's a funny fucking cat. But yeah, he's just kind of lazy, douchey, kicks Odie, eats lasagna, and occasionally goldfish crackers. Whenever he's done 2 steps out of the house, he's like, "Time to go get a refill." Okay, Molly McGee, she is, she's a hyperactive girl who just moved to a new town. She meets a fucking ghost in her attic named Scratch. She just, I don't remember the exact circumstances that caused it to happen, but now her and Scratch are tied together for eternity, which Scratch thought would be like, haha, I'm a fucking ghost, I'm dooming you to this fate. But she's like, oh my god, best friend alert! and so now they're best friends. He's stuck with her, and they're friends for all of eternity. And, I mean, I fucking like this show. I should probably keep up. I watched like 7 episodes, and then I was like, I'll get to the others when I have the time. And now they got like, what, 16 or... Anyways, I should catch up sometime. It was a lot of fun. It's a good, charming show, nice music. But, okay, Molly McGee is fighting Garfield the cat. Now, I don't think in a million years Molly McGee would ever kill a cat or fucking hurt a cat in any way. But Garfield's coming at her. She has to do something. Garfield's got his claws out. I think if necessary, her hyperactive nature could extend to her being very energized in a fight. Like keeping up, beating the... She could fucking kick Garfield hell of a far. Garfield's a fucking fat cat. He's not very energized. I saw, as I mentioned before in the movie, once he leaves his house to go on the grand adventure to save Odie, he makes it a couple steps. He's like, oh, I gotta go back and reload. And then we see him just eating fucking goldfish crackers. And then he belches or something. Then early in the movie, he drinks milk and says, "God, milk." Yeah, okay. I'm just saying shit that happens in the Garfield movie now. It's not gonna help. He's just a cat. Molly McGee has him, like, she can beat him. And I think if he's after her, she will fight back to save her life. She doesn't want to become a spirit like Scratch. But you know what? That also adds another layer to this. Molly McGee would not fear death at this point. Garfield will. You know, Molly, she knows a ghost. She knows that in the afterlife you become a ghost. So that's, you know, that's comforting. There is life after death. She knows this now. She can become a cool ghost like Scratch. Garfield don't know that. Garfield might think that there's just cold blackness after he dies. Or one of his incarnations. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Molly McGee, she's got nothing to fear. She's got the fucking physical strength to beat up a cat. And, you know, Garfield's fucking lazy. This one's going to Molly McGee. This is clearly a Molly McGee victory. Garfield ain't got nothing on her. Alright, this next one, we've got Kirby, but like with weird muscle arms and legs, according to this image, brought to us by Mainzel, versus Potemkin, brought to us by Unknown. And it's not that I don't know who they are. Their name is actually unknown, so it's okay. Alright, Kirby. Well, we all know Kirby, right? You know, he's the Dream Warrior, the Star Warrior, or whatever the fuck, from Planet Popstar, who's going around saving the day by eating enemies, copying their abilities, and usually defeating some grand horrific monster boss at the end of the game that shouldn't be in a kid's game. But yeah, Kirby's a lot of fun. But it seems to have developed lately just giant muscular arms and legs. Like, I guess he's been working out. He started his little red nubs started to stretch out and elongate into fucking gross ass legs, and his little nubby arms fucking grew out to be fucking muscles. If Kirby could kick your ass before, now he could fucking humiliate you in the battlefield. He could fucking thrash you around. Who the fuck is this other guy? Oh, okay. Okay, Potemkin over here. He's got some pretty big muscles himself. Like, he's like, looks kind of like a robot. No, but he might just be a guy wearing a suit. But, like, he's got big muscles, got a big robot hand. That would be good for sizing up against this, big muscly Kirby. But, you know, it's still Kirby we're talking about here, you guys. He's very, skilled at taking on big threats such as this. He could probably, you know, Potemkin's gonna like start fucking smashing the ground, but because of that, a star will pop out of the ground, which Kirby will eat and then spit back and hurt him. Cause that's how these bosses work. Kirby will just keep spitting stars at him, or using whatever copy ability he has at the time to attack Potemkin until he's out, and then Kirby devours him. I feel like this Potemkin doesn't look like the smartest, the sharpest tool in the shed. He looks like a brute to me. Kirby is quite intelligent despite being a baby. Kirby knows all kinds of tactics to fight enemies such as this. And also, fucking muscles. I think this is gonna go for Kirby with the weird arms and legs. It's gonna, yeah. Let's go! Alright. We got Bardock from Dragon Ball Z, brought to us by Combo Breaker! I missed it, man! Yeah, alright. It's Combo Breaker. We know Combo. Versus Chiron the Wind Dragon from Legend Z, brought to us by Skyfire Wind Dragon. Okay, this person's clearly a fan of Wind Dragon. Who the fuck is Wind Dragon? Like, I thought Wind Dragon was a Pokemon, but it appears to be its own thing, Legend Z. But okay, let's talk about Bardock first. Bardock, he was a Saiyan on the planet Vegeta, and he was sort of just like, he was helping, he was part of Frieza's army for a while, taking over planets, helping around, because, you know, the Saiyans were helping Frieza. But then Frieza got anxious about the Super Saiyan legend, because there was a legend that a Super Saiyan would be born to beat the shit out of Frieza. So Frieza was just like, okay, fuck this, and just destroyed the planet with a giant fucking, well, he was gonna destroy the planet, he was about to. Bardock caught wind of it, he tried to stop him, did not work. Frieza made a giant fucking ball of his little finger and destroyed the planet. But then Bardock went back in time. Ooh! He went back into another time where one of Frieza's ancestors was there. And Bardock became a Super Saiyan of legend. He became a Super Saiyan and won the day. That movie fucking sucks. But that's important for this debate. He can. He has it in him to become a Super Saiyan. Shinran is a wind dragon. Okay. Clearly, a big dragon, who I assume has control of the wind. So, I mean, I've seen Dragon Ball Z characters, even fucking baby Goku, take on big old dragons. I mean, come on. This is Bardock we're talking about here. Even if this fucking wind dragon could beat the shit out of Bardock in a physical fight, he would just like fly away and start shooting little ki blasts at the wind dragon until it got weakened. I don't know if no, Bardock can't do a Kamehameha. That was taught to Goku by Roshi, I believe. But he does just have generic energy blast that he'd be able to use. And with a Super Saiyan transformation, it's fucking over. It's over. As the Wind Dragon could the Wind Dragon control the air to suck the fucking air out of Bardock's lungs? I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works. It's not like it's an airbender. We're not dealing with Aang here. This is fucking Shiran, the Wind Dragon. No, you're getting fucking bent, buddy. You picked the wrong fight today. This is Bardock. This is Bardock country. Okay, final match of round 1. We've got this one's from me. This other one, the second one from me. Morty from Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty forever 100 years. Versus Anne from Amphibia, which is brought to us by Z-Dog. I have been meaning to watch Amphibia. I still haven't. I hear it's very good. A lot of my friends like it, but I haven't seen it. But I do know she's often paired against Luz from the Owl House, which I have seen and love. And she can become a Super Saiyan. A Super Saiyan Blue, no doubt. So, okay, she's clearly dealing with the power of a god on her hands. Morty is the grandson of Rick Sanchez, the smartest man in the universe. He's always tagging along with Rick on all kinds of dangerous adventures. This eventually leads to Morty becoming kind of jaded and, like, more merciless. Like, we saw in the Purge episode how he fucking just started killing people because, well, it was Purge night, but he had to defend himself. Except at one point, he was just killing random people. And Rick's like, I'm pretty sure they were just hiding, Morty. You know, they weren't even attacking you, Morty. But okay, so Morty is a pretty savage guy. I assume he can have some access to a bit of Rick's weaponry, like some laser guns. I doubt he has the portal gun, though. I doubt he has the more intense shit. But he's got, like, lasers and grenades and stuff. But he's dealing with someone who can become a Super Saiyan Blue. This is like some fucking Super Saiyan magic over here. And if I assume once he goes into that power transformation, that mere lasers would bounce off of her body. They wouldn't do jack shit. Morty also is just like he's not much of a fighter. I saw him fight when he had like a big arm, but that was all the arm's doing. The arm was sentient. It was nothing to do with Morty's fighting skill. And he was able to like tear people apart in that power mech suit, but that wasn't really fighting skill. That was just him shooting the shit out of people. Anne looks like she can fight. She looks like she can fucking, even if that Super Saiyan transformation, she could probably beat the shit out of Morty. And then Morty will just be fucking with all of his legs broken on the ground moaning, and that'd be it. I assume as long as Anne does not kill Morty, Rick will not try to kill her. Cause you do not want Rick's wrath on you. You don't want Rick coming after you. But I don't think Anne would kill Morty. I think she'd just beat him up. Morty would be fucking broken on the ground. Then Rick would eventually come around and probably laugh. Probably think it was kind of funny. Yeah, this is going to Anne. I don't know why I put poor Morty in this. He couldn't do anything. Okay, round 2. We're starting off Sora from Kingdom Hearts versus Ash Williams from Evil Dead. Okay, there's a precarious situation we got here. With the Necronomicon, Ash has a lot of elemental attacks that can sort of meld, like, it was kind of counter Sora's own elemental powers. So they could get in a little wizard's duel for a bit, shooting elementals at each other. Sora's got this big old key Ash has a chainsaw. I don't know if that chainsaw could cut through that big old key. It's a powerful key that can create portals to other worlds. Oh, but Ash can create portals to other worlds. It's Necronomicon. They both do all kinds of crossovers. This is basically a match made in heaven. I feel like Ash wouldn't want to kill Sora, and Sora would probably just want to befriend Ash. I don't think this is the kind of fight that would end in death. Sora's a nice guy, Ash was a nice guy, but so I think it's not going to be a fight to the death. It would just be a fight to knockout. And if it's just a fight to knockout, I don't think Ash is going to be doing any of his. If he does not want to kill Sora, he's not going to try to shotgun blast him. He's not going to fucking cut his head off. He's just going to try to go for the knockout, which would probably throw him off. He's usually used to fighting to kill. Sora fights for knockouts. He goes for the knockout. He does not go to kill. And I feel like eventually, if that's what they're going with, they don't want to kill each other, Sora can knock out Ash. Ash will be a little dumbfounded and probably wouldn't even want to fight to begin with. And therefore, I think Sora's going to get the better of Ash in the end. Even if he's not going to kill him, he'll get the better of him. He's just probably also just more level-headed and smart. Ash can be dumb. I think Sora will figure this out. And look, I'm just doing this to avoid this just becoming me making Ash win the whole thing because I love him so much. I could definitely bullshit away for Ash to win all of these, but I have to draw the line somewhere. I cannot let him beat Sora. I know, in good conscience, I know he does not. If you start talking about stats, I know he doesn't. I have to draw the line. I'm sorry, Ash. You're just gonna have to sit down. Okay, Chongyun from Genshin Impact versus Monokuma from Danganronpa. Okay, so this Chongyun guy, from what I recall, he had the ice powers. He can perform exorcisms. Monokuma is robot that just keeps coming back forever, over and over, and has like karate skills, I guess. He was able to fight that one buff girl, I remember. Well, maybe this just depends on if Chongyun can find and kill Junko. But I don't know how Chongyun's gonna find Junko if he's in Danganronpa, like the whole game, the killing game. I guess Chongyun could win if he found and killed Junko. So let me see how smart this Chongyun fella is. It says here, an exorcist who roams the land of whatever the fuck as his base of operations. Evil spirits fleeing wherever he goes. As the heir to a clan of exorcists, he has always possessed abilities superior to most. However, these abilities are not the result of training, but are an inborn trait. Oh! He didn't train for this shit! He was born with it! And he's like, oh, I'm basically superior to most. What a cocky asshole. Okay, I'm reading further on. He does do some intense training, and is a pretty stand-up positive guy. This is telling me nothing about how smart he is. You know, I guess if he's just a positive guy, sure. I mean, in the context of Danganronpa, he still might die. But, I don't know, if he's just generally helpful and doesn't fuck with people, doesn't let himself get killed, he could just survive with Makoto and the others until the end of the game, and then Junko will die because it's the end of the game. And so he'll defeat Monokuma just by being a generic character in Danganronpa who doesn't do anything wrong. And therefore, Chongyun goes on, fellas. Chongyun defeats Monokuma because Makoto defeated Monokuma and Junko. It's all over for Monokuma. Obito from Naruto versus Gore the God Butcher. This is the guy that I said was going to be good at ninja skills. He's going to be evasive. And that's going to be pretty useful against this God Butcher, who's more of a brute force, I believe. I believe he's just brute force, goes for the kill. But are these Naruto skills enough to put a dent in the fucking God Butcher? I don't think you fucking fight gods in Naruto. They can't even defeat... Naruto can't even defeat Raditz from Dragon Ball Z. I guess. I don't know. I don't know where I heard that. It was likely a fake quote from some Dragon Ball fan. He's like, well, the creator of Naruto said Naruto couldn't even beat Raditz! Which sounds like the most fake shit anyone could ever make up. but I'm gonna use it here. If Naruto can't even beat Raditz, Obito probably can't defeat Naruto, and Gore's a God Butcher. He's a god. Fucking Goku becomes a Super Saiyan God, and that's way more powerful than Raditz. This God Butcher is far above Obito in terms of power, and no amount of ninja skills will catch the God Butcher off guard. Because, you know, in issue 512 of Gore as a God Butcher, he figures out how to directly counter ninjas and all their evasive skills. That was his arc. He overcame it because he was weak to ninjas, but then he figured out how to overcome it. So I should have brought that up to begin with. He has a direct counter to ninjas. So it's Gore as a God Butcher. It wasn't even a question. I just had to get there, but really it wasn't a question. Gore as a God Butcher moves on. Be a badass. Okay, we've got Philia from Skullgirls versus specifically the Hunter from Duck Hunt, which is just a person in the real world watching the TV and has a gun. What the fuck's Philia gonna do? What is she going to do? She can't hurt him. She can't hurt this guy. Man, it would be good to have fucking Daffy Duck still in here. We need someone to stop this asshole. I don't think it's gonna be Philia. I don't think she's gonna stop this guy. So, I mean, yeah, she gets shot down. She gets shot down by the Duck Hunt Hunter, who is growing far too powerful. But he moves on all the same. Molly McGee versus Kirby with the weird muscle arms and legs. Okay, see, this is sort of like karma. Molly McGee just beat the shit out of a poor innocent cat, so now another poor innocent creature has arrived, but with giant fucking muscle arms and legs. And now Molly McGee's gonna get her shit kicked in. This is... She can be as positive thinking as she wants. It's not gonna stop her from getting thrashed by Kirby with his giant fucking arms and legs. I think she's getting knocked out at most. She's not gonna get killed or anything. I don't think Kirby would be that evil. But I think Kirby's just gonna fucking show what for hurting Garfield. Surely Kirby just doesn't know that Garfield instigated it. Molly McGee was just defending herself. But Kirby doesn't care. Kirby goes on. Okay, we've got Bardock from Dragon Ball Z versus Anne from Amphibia. Look, this is a very simple one. Bardock only managed a mere Super Saiyan transformation. Anne can go fucking Super Saiyan Blue. And I know in Dragon Ball Super or something that can determine the power, they decided for some stupid reason that was it Caulifla who became Super Saiyan and fought for Blue? Yes it was. Okay, it was Caulifla. She was in her Super Saiyan transformation fighting Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and it was a fucking fair fight. But I don't think that applies here. And Super Saiyan Blue, Bardock's basic Super Saiyan, it doesn't even have mastery over it. He used it once. And I bet you, just because Anne becomes Super Saiyan Blue in the fucking intro, I bet she does it a couple times. So this one's going to Anne. She's got the power of a god. It's all over. I'm not even using anything from the show. I've just turned Anne into a Dragon Ball Z character. Okay, round 3. We're starting with Sora from Kingdom Hearts versus Chongyun from Genshin Impact. Okay. This is quite the match. You know, Chongyun, he's clearly a good fighter. He's got a lot of ice elementals. Sora, I know he can shoot ice, but he can shoot other shit like fire and electricity. So, you know what? I assume fire would be a good counter to Chongyun's ice already. But also, come on, think about it. Sora can summon all these great Disney characters on his side. Does that mean I have to give Chongyun like some fellas from Genshin Impact? Who's in his normal fucking posse? Who's in Chongyun's posse? Okay, I couldn't find what his posse was. I don't think I fully understand how Genshin even works. I'm pretty sure I think you just find the characters and you just choose which ones you want to play as to have as your group. I don't think he had a set group. I clearly misunderstood something. But apparently he does interact with Hu Tao sometimes, and she's got all kinds of spirits, and he's like Exorcist. He can fucking exorcise spirits. So it's Chongyun, Hu Tao, and the spirits of the damned against Sora, Donald, and Goofy. And also Sora gets fucking Simba and the genie to go. I think, oh, that genie, if he's got that genie himself, I wish Chongyun had no friends. I wish Chongyun was fucking sad and alone his entire life. And for my final wish, genie, I wish Chongyun didn't have any powers whatsoever. He did it! He did it! Sora just turned Chongyun into a normal guy. Chongyun is a normal guy. He's got no friends, no Hu Tao, no spirits of the damned. And then Sora kills him for it. It's a lot to unload into Chongyun when Sora probably could have just won regardless. He didn't have to do all of that. I think just having the fire magic probably countered the ice magic just fine. But I made it a big deal. He made a show of it to defeat Chongyun. But defeat Chongyun he did. The winner is Sora. Sora moves on. Gore's a god butcher versus the Duck Hunt Hunter. Okay, I can see where this is gonna go. But let's say this happened. Alright, Gore's a god butcher. He's a god. He's a butcher. He butchers gods. But I assume he himself has some godlike powers. I think, much like how the Watcher was sensed by a powerful foe in Marvel What If, Gore the God Butcher senses Duck Hunt Hunter, reaches out and grabs him, and fucking just butchers this poor fucking nerd who was playing NES. He butchers him because he's just that powerful, guys. He is Gore the God Butcher, as portrayed by Christian Bale, doing a creepy little grin. It's gonna be. I've been hyping up Gore the God Butcher this whole time, and for good reason. He was the only being that could rival the Duck Hunt Hunter. And I think he fucking takes him, destroys him. It's easily Gore the God Butcher. He moves on. Okay, we've got Kirby with weird muscles and arms versus Anne from Amphibia. Now, Kirby is a pretty powerful creature. People have somewhat... He's taken on godlike creatures before. And Anne has the power of a Super Saiyan god. So, I think it would be a spectacle. They'd be, like, beating the shit out of each other. They'd be, like, flying all around. They'd start shaking the universe. But I think eventually this comes down to mentality. Because on a power level, they'd be similar in power. But it all comes down to the mentality. And Kirby, while clever, is still a baby. And Anne, I think she's like a young teen or something? Is that about right? That's still smarter than a baby. And I think that's just gonna be the push. That push in intelligence will lead her to come up to correct strategies to overwhelm, and defeat Kirby. And Kirby will be soundly defeated. And that's it. With a big Kamehameha wave. Kirby would be disintegrated. And Anne will have done it again. Like a hero. Yeah, okay, sure. This is all culminating into what's gonna just be a big anime fight, I think. But alright, let's move on to the final match. Okay, it's all coming down to this. The final match of grand god fighting beings. We got Sora from Kingdom Hearts, who has fought some weird cosmic people in Kingdom Hearts, I'm sure. There's a bunch of anime villains like Ansem or fucking Xehanort, who are like big universe-threatening baddies. Got Gore as a god butcher, fighter of gods, probably also, of that scale. And Anne, who I should just be calling Super Saiyan God Goku at this point, because that's all I've been treating her as. They're all on a similar level of power in this fight. So this is truly a tournament of power we're dealing with here. How do I even bullshit a funny, stupid reason for one of them to win? Now, Anne, she is probably the least experienced when it comes to the competition here. Sora's had fucking tons of games. Gore, the God Butcher, fucking Marvel Comics character, probably had a lot of shit. Amphibia ran for like a couple seasons, just a couple seasons. I think Amphibia ran for like 3 seasons, and I don't know how many times she becomes Super Saiyan in those, but I bet it's not as much experience as these two. And also, I've been carrying her so far on the logic that she was a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, which is just, I mean, probably not even true. I don't, probably not even true. It could have been true, maybe, but probably not. No, it's not true. She's not a Dragon Ball character, you fucking dumb ass. Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna have to bump Ann off just for that, and also because I haven't even seen Amphibia. There's no factoids I can bring up. So this is coming down to Sora versus Gore the God Butcher. Now, if you look at it this way, Gore the God Butcher is no doubt the villain. It's clearly the villain. You know, Four's a good guy and he's going to try to kill Four. So, you know, narratively, it would make sense for Sora to win. But this is not about the narrative. We're trying to find out who would really fucking win. Well, okay. Sora's got those summons. He's got those Disney summons. So, Donald Duck, Goofy, Simba, he already used all the 3 wishes in the genie. But he's also got shit like Wreck-It Ralph, like Stitch, Mushu, Ariel. You know what? I think I see exactly what's gonna happen here. Gore is gonna have Sora fucking... He will have basically killed Sora, so it's gonna be a black void, but then he's gonna hear all of his friends' voices and shit. He's like, Sora, don't give in to the darkness. There will always be a door to the light, Sora. And Sora will his eyes will open in dramatic fashion. Suddenly a giant fucking keyhole will appear. He'll be resurrected from the dead. Gore will be like, what? There's no way! And Sora goes, I believe in my friends! And start and shoot a giant fucking Keyblade blast at Gore and start overwhelming him. But Gore, he'll fight back. He's powerful too. It'll be a giant beam struggle. But then Sora, all of his friends will appear next to his side and add power to the beam. And the power of friendship will win against all evil. And Gore will be vanquished for good. Gore will be destroyed. And Sora will be the winner. That's it, everybody. Sora won the Max Shuffle tournament because he believed in friendship. Anything's possible with friendship. That's all Sora needed. He just needed to fucking fight hard, fight good, and he had what it took to win in the end. So alright, that was the little shuffle tournament. I don't know if we'll do this again, but maybe. I mean, maybe we and Ducko should try to do one of those fucking stream of consciousness things again. Those are always fun. These are just fun videos to bullshit around about and require minimal editing, so there's that too. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for giving me all these characters. It was fun. That's all there is for now, guys. Trust in the light. Don't give in to the darkness, and you'll be just fine.